Who wants to go first? So, do you want to? Do it. This is going to be awesome, guys. Little lamb, and then something, something. Yeah.
My 10th grade class just heard this song a little bit ago, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's kind of my song du jour. And it's not Jesse's Girl. All right, good? Hear that out there? a child, the family would travel down western Kentucky when my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's often forgotten. So many times now my memory is worn. Daddy wants to take me back to Newburgh County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late asking. Goodbye, coal train, it's all it anyway. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by the hill, where the air's well like states and we'd shoot with our pistols. Empty pop bottles is all we would kill. And Daddy wants to take me back to Newburgh County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Levi's coal train is hauled away. Well, the coal company came with the world's largest shovel. They tortured the timber and they stripped all the line. They dug for their coal till the land was forsaken, wrote it all down as a progress line. And Daddy wants to take me back to Newburgh County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Levi's coal train is hauled away. When I die, let my ashes flow down the Green River, let my soul float on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy wants to take me back to Newburgh County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Levi's coal train is hauled away. Levi's coal train has hauled it away.
So I've never played in front of anybody before, so I'm kind of nervous. So last week, I'm just gonna play a really short song. Last week, where I did a quiz over the Big Bang Theory in physics, and yeah, except for I don't believe in Big Bang Theory, so it's like really bothering me, and so I wrote the song about it. And so yeah, so just try to bear with me, and I hope you guys like it. Especially from where you are. Listen to me when I
for you. I've been dying to tell you anything you wanna hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week. Lie in the grass next to the mausoleum, just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drop a heart, break a name. We're only slipping in and sleeping for the wrong team. Go down, down in an early round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. The loaded gun complex, cocking and pulling. We're going down, down in an early round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded gun complex, cocking and pulling. More than you bargained for, yeah. Oh, don't mind me, I'm watching you two from the closet, wishing to be the friction in your jeans. Isn't it messed up how we're just dying to be him? Just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drop a heart, break a name. We're only slipping in and sleeping for the wrong team. We're going down, down in an early round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded gun complex, cocking and pulling. We're going down, down. We're going down, down. We're going down, down. A loaded gun complex, cocking and pulling.
Thank you guys, have a good day.
Playing Ames High Loyalty. Yeah. No, I'm playing the snare drum and crash by my voice. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hello. My name's Melissa. I don't actually play guitar, so like this is just me messing around. So this is a new song that I wrote, and I haven't actually played it in front of people before. So bear with me if I mess up. Is it already? Stay there, 'cause there are monsters hiding behind your door. Don't sit tight, wrap your covers tight beneath your toes. Don't be afraid, 'cause I promise you they're waiting there just for you. I can't wait for the bird calls and the rain to keep silence in my brain. All my dreams have turned the same. interlude. Wake up to your alarm clock, morning news. Get dressed, put your shoes on, you got a lot of work to do. I'm sorry you had to grow up and learn to face the truth. I'm so scared of making money and being happy. Would you be there when I call? You won't be there next fall. Thank you.
For people from second lunch to show up shortly. I have a spare song up my sleeve that I'm going to perform for you. I've done this one many times, it's pretty good. If any of you have watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's from the musical episode.
Code Monkey.
That'll be an option later, Paul. You're not ready for the world outside. Keep pretending that you just can't hide. I know I said that I'd be standing by your side, but your path's unbeaten and it's all uphill. And you can meet it, but you never will. And I'm the reason that you're standing still, but I wish I could say the right words to lead you through this land. Wish I could play the father and take you by the hand. Wish I could stay, but now I understand. I'm standing in the way. Cries around you, you don't hear at all. 'Cause you know I'm here to take that call. So you just lie there when you should be standing tall. But I wish I could lay your arms down and let you rest at last. Wish I could slay your demons, but now that time has passed. Wish I could stay your stalwart, stand fast, but I'm standing in the way. I'm just standing in the way. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mr. Woolery, and I'm one of the few people in the English department that does not sing, and if you want to hear me sing, then you're crazy. The only thing I can do is write poetry, and I have 3 short poems here, and they're all 3 kind of tributes to interesting moments in my life, and 2 of them are people who kind of influenced me into this writing, poetry, teaching world. So, like the first poem here, I wrote last summer when my family and we went to Memphis, Tennessee, and we toured the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, and it's the Lorraine Motel where Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. And it has been renovated into a really fascinating museum. But at the end of the tour, you end up looking in on the rooms where Martin Luther King Jr. and his entourage were staying, and they tried to preserve it as authentically as they could. And this was a rather unfortunate moment that happened while we were on the tour. I could not believe my ears, and in my entire life of adult and being a teacher, I never felt the urge to want to hurt somebody badly after this moment. This is called an arrested education when reality and history are no longer real. We're at the end of the tour looking in on rooms 306 and 307 of the Lorraine Motel after walking through the beatings, bruises, and blood that line the climb to the mountaintop. I was too young to remember when it happened. When from behind me comes a voice from a group of pale young children. "Oh, look, those rooms are so small and kind of gross." Then, looking out at the balcony toward the west, "Wouldn't it be cool if there were like blood spots on the ground there? That would really make it like more real." Then, in front of room 306, "What if they put a body on the bed? Well, that would like be really, really cool." Well, young lady, maybe you briefly deferred the dream, but you are the reason the story must never cease to be told. That is that actually happened. And I wanted to hurt somebody really badly. This one here is one I recently wrote. I was thinking back. Some of you guys are lucky you've never had to be forced to read Herman Melville, and you've never had to read Moby Dick. But as an English teacher, we all have to, at some point in our education, read Melville and Moby Dick. I tried 3 times and failed miserably because it is long and boring as it is. Until I had the instructor, Dr. Marvin Peterson, at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Marvin Peterson was an amazing man. He was a quadriplegic because he injured himself in a accident as a boy. So he spent his entire teaching career and professorship from a wheelchair. And I took a Saturday morning of all time, a Saturday morning class in Melville, but it was held at his house because it was difficult for him to come to campus, so we held a Melville class at his house. But his house was accommodated a classroom, and his wife always had wonderful treats. And it was during this class that I finally read and completed Moby Dick and saw it in a whole different light from his perspective and this is a tribute to my friend and mentor and teacher, Marvin Peterson. "You are the captain of our ship that falls, not standing on an ivory leg atop the deck, but on 4 rubber wheels. And even though you were unable to dance because you broke your body as a boy, you could astutely pilot a hull full of English maidens through Melville's abyss of words. I like to watch your face as you rolled up the ramp into the classroom, which happened to be your house, to greet the passengers and sailors with rations of sweets and baked goods, before we set sail to Liverpool, Polynesia, Tahiti, the Marquesas Islands, Good Hope, then on to fish for the white whale, teaching us the keys to the map of the search, a quest I abandoned many times before. I thank you for the voyage, because since you allowed no anchors to hold you down, I was forced to climb the mast, to look expansively from the nest, to see from your eyes what I had failed to see before." And my last one, when I was an undergraduate, the great Iowa poet James Hearst died a year before I arrived at the University of Northern Iowa, but I got to learn quite a bit about him from colleagues and students who had him, and so I began to read his poetry, and it was that moment, it was that year that I decided in my quest to be a poet, so a writer. It's called It All Began with Hearst. I lifted the paper cover from your weakened but never idle hands, still full of stories, when, like a seed from your bin dropped into my rough, untilled row, words began to produce a fruitful harvest. Every year, once I worked my ground, removing stones and weeds from my voice, finally finding a place to sit, to look, listen, and learn. Learning from you, though you were resting before I could meet you. This craft is not about my name on a signpost, but the work in the field and the great quality in the basket. Thank you.
How are you today? And I'd like to sing a song for you. A secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I know this room, I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the marble arch, but love is not a victory march. It's cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 Now maybe there's a God above, but all I ever learned from love is how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. It's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I learned to touch. I told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
And next up is Mr. Lundberg.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, by way of introduction, I have been telling my own kids they should perform in the AHS Coffee House, and they never did. And so I figure, well, maybe I should do it as an example. I am by no means a singer, and you can laugh if you like. And I have to put on these sunglasses because you all are too bright for me. Thank you, Mr. Smith, for letting me borrow your sunglasses. I also want to thank Reggie for all his years of service. He's a fantastic teacher, but also I am privileged to consider him a friend. He is such a sweet human being. Okay, let's do this. She lived on a curve in the road, in an old tarred paper shack, on the south side of the town, on the wrong side of the tracks. Sometimes on the way into town, we'd say, "Mama, can we stop and give her a ride?" Sometimes we did, but her hands flew from her side. Wild-eyed, crazy Mary, down a long dirt road, past the Parsons place, an old blue car we used to race. Little country store with a sign tagged to the side, said no Loitering allowed. Underneath that sign always congregated quite a crowd. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. One night, thunder cracked, Mercy backed outside her windowsill. Dreamed I was flying high above the trees over the hills. Looked down into the house of Mary. Marble bond, newspaper covered walls, and Mary rising up above it all. Next morning on the way to town, saw some skid marks and followed them around. Over the curb, through the fields, into the house of Mary. That what you fear the most could meet you halfway. That what you fear the most could meet you halfway. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Y'all are too gracious. Thank you. Yeah, you download it from iTunes 1 hour after the performance. Make me rich so I don't have to come back here ever again. Thank you. It is. The best thing about tonight is that we're not fighting. Could it be that we have been this way before? I know you don't think that I am trying. I know you're wearing thin down to the core. But hold your breath, because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind, or I won't live to see another day. I swear it's true, 'cause a girl like you is impossible to find. You're impossible to find. This is not what I intended. And you always thought that I was stronger. May have failed, but I have loved you from the start. Oh, but hold your breath, because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind, or I won't live to see another day. I swear it's true, 'cause a girl like you is impossible to find. You're impossible, so breathe in so deep. Breathe me in. Talk is cheap. Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind, or I won't live to see another day. I swear it's true, 'cause a girl like you is impossible to find. You're impossible to find.
I told you you'd be home soon. Couldn't help myself. You're too good to be true. I promise every time you try to be closer, closer in here. Like a fool for fire, I fall with my crying on. Like they call me for execution. Take it back, call. You're the wise one, disguised from grief. Time just ain't shining. But I've got a boy who I love more than I ever did you before. So stand beside the river I cried and lay yourself down. Look how you want so you thought that I would crumble to my knees at the stand by me. I won't stand by you. When I found a boy I loved more than I ever did you before. So stand beside the river I cried and lay yourself down. Look how you are now that I don't need you. I'm yours for no taking. You must be mistaken. I could never look into your eyes and settle for wrong and ignore the right. When I found a boy who loves me more than you ever did before. So stand beside the river, you'll cry and lay yourself down. Look how you want me now that I don't need
All right, next up we have Timothy Lowe and Shota Hattori playing something that they're doing.
Oh, that's what she does it. Good luck. Oh no, I didn't have
Enjoy, Kate.
Thanks everyone for coming.